Good morning, everybody. This is a face of a man who's not been able to deal with the heat very well. And now it's raining, now it's grey skies. It's amazing. I slept so awful last night, I had the fan on. And normally I got a fan with four settings. No, 3 settings. 1 speed, 2 speed, 3 speed. I had on 2 speed for the first time in my life yesterday. I've always just had it 1 speed, because if it gets to 2 speed, it's too loud. But I had to do it because I was too hot. It was too hot last night. But it is what it is. Today, guys, we're going to go through my blood work. Actually, a lot of you guys are asking for where the Greg Doucette video is. I'm going to do Greg Doucette video either this weekend or the week after. I'm moving next week, so it's going to be a bit dodgy getting it all in. But today, we're going to go through my blood work. But first, I've got pool day, so I'll give you a little go-to about pool day. Even though the last video was pool day, we'll do less of a instructional, more of a raw. And yeah, thank God the fucking sun's gone. How much do we reckon it's going to be? At £60. At 70. It's got to be any time soon. £73.60 to fill my car to the top. Actually, I'll probably get about 550 miles out of it. But that is expensive. So we out here, B. We're at the grow room. This is Taunton, is that right? Tortworth. Sorry, we're at Tortworth. Let me just get my old map out, see where we are. I think we're by Wootton Under Edge. So if you're, yeah, we are. Wootton Under Edge, Lay Hill, Tortworth. So if you're in the area, if you're in the Gloucestershire area, if you're on the M5, because this is literally just off the M5, the grow room right here, you can see their logo right here. But the grow room is a really, really good gym, actually. I came here about a year ago with Ethan, who's one of my clients, who I'm actually training with today. We trained here yesterday, actually, and it was like a year and 3 days to the day that we'd been here before, so it was quite a coincidence. But they've made a lot of changes over lockdown. That's what I like to see about a gym, right, is that they used lockdown as a time to grow and a time to get better. They've graffitied the whole place. They've got loads of new equipment in there. So if you're in the area, it's a very, very good gym. A very, very good gym. They also threw me a grow room hoodie yesterday, which is from the Chosen Few. Which is from the Chosen Few, if you know Chosen Few. It's actually a really fucking good hoodie, so thank you to Nathan who threw me this, and Ethan one as well, so I appreciate it. Let's get in there, let's work out, let's train, me, this fucking train. Today we got Attack Sour Raspberry with Wobbs Pre combo. Ethan's gone mad and he's got the Orange Menace that I used and half a scoop of Utopia. Mongo.
Let's get fit, let's go, come on. Feel this one, let's go. Get it up.
forgot to put the mic on. Watch this right now. I'm going to pull it and be like, look at this. Imagine I pulled it too far. Boom. Ow. That really, really hurt. But Ethan came to the rescue and we went for it. It was a really awkward pull off actually. This is using a deadlift bar. I actually had a little bit of whip on it. It was quite hard. This is 185 kilos Dorian, or basically a deadlift off the floor. This is really, really difficult for me. I don't tend to push this past like an RPE 8 or 9. Just because I like to keep my lower back where it is. But I'm happy. Like I think I look all right in this shot. Like I'm pretty lean. I'm happy. I'm ready to kind of grow. I'm ready to be pushing forward, which is awesome. But this is a deadlift second exercise in. I think I just do this last one and then I throw it on a grand.
And again. Enjoyed it. Good.
We won't get ready to move back to this.
Squat it.
Yeah. Hi, welcome back. Forgot to put my mic on again. This is like some weird rear delt machine that we found. It's the opposite of like a lateral raise machine, and actually it felt all right. Like it was different. I just thought, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I've really just been I'm moving to a new gym like real soon. So I'm just like trying out new things and trying out new movements and seeing what feels good. It felt all right. This was just 3 sets, 8 to 12. Everything else had a top set and a back off set except for the rest pause, which was the D handle pull down you just saw. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, because it was a really good session in a good gym. Like I had these cool posters up there, like the Braveheart one. It's real long warehouse, loads of different leg kit, like 4 or 5 leg presses, bench presses, loads of cardio equipment as well. And like I said, like these cool posters there, like John Wick and stuff. I enjoyed it. And then after I filmed that, I realized that we did calves after. I was like, oh no shit, I need to do calves after. So yeah, this is calves. I try and pause in the lengthened and the short range. So I let my feet come all the way down to the bottom. I'll try pause for a second and stretch them out, and then I'll try come up as well and try pause in the top. And to be fair, I only did like 3 sets on this as well. It was very sore, to say the least, real quickly, because I've not trained my calves in a while. But it's something that I'm going to keep doing because I've got good calves, but I know they could be even better. Well, session done. This is not this color. This is this color. You can't even see. Look at the color difference. I am absolutely dripping. There we go. That's the real color. Great session, great gym. I will definitely be back in the next couple of days because we really enjoyed it there. Great atmosphere, great people. The owner's really nice guy. All in all, a very successful session, and a very nice gym, a very welcoming gym, which is really what you want in gyms. You get a lot of gyms that don't have that atmosphere. They have that kind of a you new round here vibe. I don't like that vibe. I like we're all family here, we're all brothers and iron, and that's exactly what this gym gives. Today I start my blast, as well as giving you my blood work later. We start my blast today, which is going to be epic. If you're interested in what I'm going to take, what I'm going to use, head over to my podcast, Bridging the Gap podcast. It should be the first one on there. It's got 150 odd reviews, so it should be first. And I'll go into a little bit more detail on there. The issue is there's a lot of censorship on YouTube at the moment, especially around what I talk about. Unfortunately, it seems as though it's only when I talk about it, because when other bigger names, we will not mention them, talk about steroids very, very openly and very, very recklessly, should we say, they get hundreds of thousands of views, but I get banned. So I tend to just stay away from it, and I keep clear of giving those very in-your-face videos, despite the title of this video. Yeah, we'll see you at home for the full review of my blood works. Am I dying? Am I better? Let's find out. All right then, so before we get into the blood work, I want to make it very clear to anyone watching this video that I'm not a doctor. This is not doctor's advice. This is completely experience. This is not for any other purpose than to share my experience and to show you what happened. This is not for anyone else to kind of, I'm not a doctor, all right? So take it with a pinch of salt. But we're gonna go through these, and to be fair, like I'm not too unhappy with them. Spoiler alert. So we went over my blood work about 5 weeks ago, and actually it wasn't too bad considering I just come off a modified cruise. So that it's not really a cruise, it was above a cruise, it was a little bit more. But I've been on TRT dose for the last 5 weeks, and from there I've been looking to really push up some certain numbers, and I'll go through those right here, while also trying to educate a little bit about blood work and what to understand about blood work. So as we go through this, like we'll see here, like the red blood cells, they're a little bit high actually, and I actually donated blood about 4 weeks ago. So obviously I'm just a fucking high turnover of hemoglobin, but having high hemoglobin 179 when the top range is 170, I'm not too worried about. Obviously hematocrit is going to be high as well. The one thing you want to be looking at is for like clotting status, but actually my clotting status, as you'll see, is all green here. So actually I'm all pretty good here. I'll probably donate again maybe in about 4 or 5 weeks. By donate, I just mean I let blood. I don't go to the NHS or anything like that. I have a private person that comes to it before any of you guys jump on me. White blood cells, you can see here, sound. Normally lymphocytes are always up, but actually it shows I have not had any infections, so COVID-19 is not in me recently. Platelet count is actually pretty low. MPV is just right bang in the middle, so I'm not too worried there either. As we go on to kidney health, now before we go on to this, there were so many comments on the last one talking about my EGFR, my filtration rate essentially of my kidneys, and how once it's down, it can't come back up. And I said explicitly in that video, the reason why you don't listen to EGFR that much is because it's based off a creatinine calculation. And obviously, as a bodybuilder, as someone who takes steroids, as someone who has a lot of meat and protein and also creatine and breakdown, I'm gonna have a higher creatinine, so it's gonna be higher. Like those numbers are already skewed, so of course EGFR is not gonna look as good. And you'll see by this in 5 weeks. I've managed to bump my EGFR 10 points. So I am now from almost having kidney disease, oh my god, Josh, you're gonna die, to actually, oh no, Josh, you're not too bad. I appreciate some of you are gonna say 65 is still low. I had a urea analysis done about 3 weeks ago, just because I wanted to. These are things to say, okay, let's investigate further. So EGFR was low. I was okay, let's investigate further. I'm going to get a urine analysis, which gives you real time what you are breaking down, and how much protein is being secreted through your urine and whatnot. So I got that checked. It was all clear. So therefore, I know that actually my kidneys are not too bad, and my blood pressure's been absolutely fine as well. Liver health, now it says red, but actually it's only up by 6.6. My liver health is actually this is ALT, so it's alanine transferase. It's been raised the last few times, but we know that a liver is very, very regenerative as an organ in general. I've had this point way up, obviously, during prep before, but this is where it hovers. I would like to be conscious of getting this down. Proteins, now proteins are all good. Sex hormone binding globulin, my HbA1c, which is like a snapshot of your last 90 days of blood glucose tolerance. So obviously the closer you get to 42, the worse it is. Actually, when I was natural, my HbA1c was like 41, which is like almost pre-diabetic. And now it's 35, is better than ever. There's a few things that I've been using to bring down my HbA1c or my blood glucose in general. If you'd like me to go further into those, drop a comment in the box. I'll probably do a podcast on it, because it's some grey area stuff that you maybe can't talk about. Cholesterol status. Now, this is something that I really wanted to focus on. I wanted to really bring down, or at least keep my LDL where it was, because it was on the high end. And I wanted to really bring my HDL up. And actually, my HDL is better than I've ever had it. I appreciate it's still red by 0.1, but there's something cool that I actually used here. So this went from 0.8 to 1 in 5 weeks. And now I think a really cool thing that I used was niacin. I used the niacin flush. And now if you look into the details of it, if you go into Dr. Dean STM, I think it's Dean STM, on Instagram, you'll see that he has a story there about all the research and the chemical science behind using niacin to boost up HDL. And actually, it worked. This is just 5 weeks, so that's pretty impressive for me. When I was natural, so bearing in mind, when I was natural, I had 0.98 HDL cholesterol, nanomoles per liter. Now it's 1, so it's better than when I was natural. I appreciate, still not optimal. I'm not here to say these are the best blood work in the world. I'm just saying this is my blood work after using steroids for nearly 18 months now. My total cholesterol to HDL ratio, I obviously want to bring that into a pretty good place. So I'm probably going to do a few things to address that. We'll see what we can do to bring that down. But otherwise, these are not too bad. Muscle health, of course, creatine kinase is going to be raised. I trained the day before. I trained legs the day before. So, of course, creatine kinase is going to be up. My iron status is pretty good. My thyroid hormone is still perfect. It's a little bit slower than usual. I've had one up like towards 23 before for 3-thyroxine, like literally out of range when I wasn't using T3 or anything. And then my hormones. So my hormones are very, very consistent with TRT. Obviously, follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone here are stifled because I'm using exogenous hormone, so there's no need for my endogenous hormone. My estradiol is very consistent with my testosterone at 22.4. This is the mid to high range that you want to keep yourself in the TRT. People say they're cruising at 200 milligrams. This is using 120 milligrams. They're lying to you. They're not on TRT unless they've got fake gear or they're a really, 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 really slow responder. TRT is 120 milligrams per week, split over 3 injections, and that will leave you at 22.5, 100%. So got to be conscious of that. Prolactin is low, and then again here at the bottom, prostate is fine, but I can't scroll down, so prostate is fine. But yeah, like overall, I think that these aren't too bad. I really, really want to highlight the importance of using these because I've had some really bad results, and actually, if I didn't have those results back in the day, I would have just kept pushing. But people don't even think about this side of things, and I want to say thank you to MediChecks. I've been working with these guys for nearly 2 years. I've got 2 years worth of checks on there, tests on there about testosterone, all these different checks for organs over the last 2 years, and I've really enjoyed working with them. You can use Josh Bridgman, a code on their website to get 20% off everything. They're really good, really, really good. I had this taken. I had a friend come over and take my blood on Monday, had my results on Wednesday afternoon. So it's a really, really quick turnaround, and it's really, really comprehensive, and it's not too expensive. It's not hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds. This one's £120 to buy. With 20% discount, you obviously get a little bit more off as well. So I really just want this video to be a highlight of just take care of your health. We have that vision to see. We have that ability to see what's going on inside us. Let's go ahead and use it. We don't need to guess. We don't need to go, oh, I think 200 milligrams is all right. Let's fucking do 200 milligrams, get a test done, and you can see that you are double where you should be in naturally. And that is why your HDL is not there. That's why your creatine's not down. That's why this is that. You know, if you've got skewed markers, it's because you're not in a recovery dose. And clearly, comparing these results to my last results only 5 weeks ago, we can see that I've been on a recovery dose because every single marker is better than I've ever had it in my life that I've been testing for the last 2 years. So granted, I don't live the healthiest lifestyle, but I want that to be hopefully educational. Hopefully you guys can take something from it. But again, this is just advice. This is just talking about what's happened here. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll be back very soon. Peace and love, everybody. Goodbye.